4th meeting to order. Would you please rise and join us in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item 3, patron concerns. It looks like we have no one signed up, so we will move on to agenda item number 4, recognition of spring state finalist athletes. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. We had the pleasure of inviting all of our spring state athlete participants to the meeting tonight. We had several who had conflicts and were not able to attend. So Tecumseh High School softball team, they had their banquet this evening, so we're going to try to get them rescheduled for July. So hopefully we can make that happen. And then Castle High School golf nor track were able to attend tonight, but we do want to congratulate all of those people, of course, when we're looking at students who are putting in the time, effort, and energy to be at that level of athletic ability. It really speaks to their dedication to their sport and the leadership from the coaches and such. But we do have one group here tonight, and it is our Boonville High School track team, and I would like to introduce Coach Jason Mays to talk a little bit about his athletes.
Thank you guys for having us here tonight, and thank you guys for allowing us the opportunity to coach at Boonville and also teach there. It's a privilege to be a part of the Horry County family and to be a part of Boonville High School. This year we were able to take 3 athletes to the state finals, 2 on our boys' side. We have Jordan Paul right here. Jordan's here tonight. He was our state finalist in the 110 hurdles. He came in seated 20th and finished 16th. So as a sophomore, that's very good. So we're excited to see what he has to bring for the next couple of years. He also was undefeated up until our conference meet this past year, and ran into a kid from Gibson Southern who we lost to last year in the conference, but he redeemed himself and was our sectional champion, regional champ, and ran away with the Evansville Regional and did a fantastic job. We also had Marquise Ballard in the long jump. He's not able to be here tonight, but he's a 2-time state qualifier. He also qualified last year in long jump in the 200, and he's a top 25 finisher this year. A little backstory on the boys' meet. It was raining sideways when we were up there. It was a challenge. When Jordan ran, I mean, it kept blowing the standards and things over on the course, so they had to restart a couple of the races because the timing system wouldn't work. But he ran well. They moved the long jump to the indoor stadium, and that kind of messed with a lot of the kids. We went up the day before and got our steps down and everything, so it kind of threw some wrenches in there for us, but we did well and represented Boonville. Very good job. We also have here Tristan Selby. He's our girls' coach.
Yeah, I'll briefly talk about Ava Kelly and her season as our qualifier on the girls' side. Ava, the best thing that I can say about Ava as far as a coach is concerned is I never have to question or worry about what the performance is going to be like on the day. I always know that Ava's going to be locked in and she's going to be on her game on the day. So come the regional round, it really wasn't a surprise to me that she did race her way through the rounds and get out. She ran 2 really, really strong races. Anytime I see Ava running upright and tall, I know the result is going to be there. She has a tendency to, when the race gets tight, she likes to lean. It's like riding a bike at a real low gear. You're spinning real fast, but you're not really moving very fast. So when she's upright, it's like she's in that big gear and she's hammering away. So yeah, she ran 2 great races there, qualified. She was seated 14th coming into the state meet. The regional round, the meets around the state had some heavy headwinds, so I knew the time wasn't necessarily indicative of where she was probably seated at, but she ran a great race in her prelim at state. She ended up finishing 18th, but she is the number 7 returner coming back from next year. So as a sophomore, I mean, I really can't ask for much more than that, and so I'm super excited about what her future holds the next couple of years and what she'll mean to the school and community. But yeah, that's just a little bit about Ava's tournament this season. Okay, yeah, I'll talk So yeah, we did break 2 records this school year. They're both 38 and 39-year-old school records, so they've been around since the mid-'80s. We broke our girls 4x100 record, which Ava was, she was a huge contributor on that. She anchored that for us, but we ran 50.38. The old school record was 51.40, so reestablished it by a second, and we do return all 4 of those girls next year, so we're excited there. Yeah, they should be one of the qualifiers we're talking about next year, so yeah, we're really excited for them. And then we broke our boys 4x800 meter record, which has stayed since 1985. They ran a time of 8:17:53 and broke the record of 8:20. And yeah, so that's actually the group I work with, the distance side of things, so I am intimately aware of their training and their progression this season. And I honestly, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season we would have broken it, I would have, maybe, maybe a 5% chance, but we stuck to the plan, and no one ever questioned it, no one ever wavered, and no one ever had a problem. They stuck to the plan, ran the workouts perfectly, got healthy, stayed healthy, took care of their bodies when they needed to, and just kept plugging away and just inched closer and closer and closer and closer to it until the regional round, and they were able to break that. So that was huge for us. We lose 1 senior off of that relay, but we return 3 really strong legs for next year. So yeah, we're set up. We feel like we're in a good spot with the track team. We have really good traction on both the guys and the girls side. We like the systems we have in place as far as training, and we're gonna keep doing it. We're just gonna keep churning out as many sectional, regional, state qualifiers as we can get through. And yeah, we love it, and yeah, we don't know what else we would do in the spring if it wasn't for this. So yeah, we're happy to be here, and we're happy to do it. So thank you again.
Thank you, Coach Selby, thank you, Coach Mays, and Jordan, congratulations. Please come to the table.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Oh, yeah. That's right.
It's always a great part of the meeting. Thank you for sharing all of that information with us, and we look forward to seeing you back again next year. We're repeat.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yes, go to the
Bless
left,
your
yes,
heart.
please.
Thank you for coming. Okay, agenda item number 5, consideration of routine business. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. The routine items include approving the minutes of the school board meeting held on June 10th, 2024, and approving the claims and signing the docket for June 24th, 2024. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
June 10th, did I say the wrong date? June 10th, and then the docket for June 24th.
No, you did.
You
I'm
said it
sorry,
correctly.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't have that on mine.
No, it's no
The
problem.
extra line.
No problem.
Sorry. Yes, approve the minutes of the school board meeting held on June 10th and approve the claims and sign the docket for June 24th. Sorry about that. Did we had a motion by George
I made the
Meyer
motion, yep.
and a second by Mr. Mosby. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6, consideration of items for board action. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. In your board packet, you will find a request from the Food and Nutrition Department Director, Mrs. Shanae Rao, to approve contracts for the 2024-2025 school year. The following contract awards are requested. The Food to School Purchasing Cooperative Contract for food, non-food, beverage, milk, and paper goods, and the renewal of the contract with Smart Systems as our food safety and sanitation program supplier. I recommend the board approve the request as presented.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mrs. Metzger, a second by Mr. Baker to approve the Food and Nutrition Department contracts for 2024-2025. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6B, first reading of proposed policy 5350, prohibition of wireless devices during instructional time. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. In your board packet, you will find a copy of proposed policy 5350, prohibition of wireless devices during instructional time, submitted by Mr. Jason Fisher. This new policy will allow Warwick County School Corporation to maintain compliance with Senate Enrolled Act 185, which was passed by the Indiana General Assembly and signed into law on March 11th, 2024. Tonight is the first reading of the proposed policy. At the next meeting, a second reading will occur, and at that time, the board may choose to take action. So first reading, and this will be a summary of the policy. And to the public, remember, you can see all proposed policy on our website in full. Proposed policy 5350, first reading. As required by Indiana law, students are prohibited from using a wireless communication device during instructional time unless, 1, a teacher allows the student to use a wireless communication device for educational purposes. 2, the student is using a wireless communication device in the event of an emergency or to manage students' health care. Or 3, the use of the wireless communication device is included in the student's IEP, Individual Education Program Plan, or in their plan developed under the Section 504 of the Federal Rehabilitation Act. Wireless communication devices include any portable wireless device that has the capability to provide voice, messaging, or other data communication between 2 or more parties, including a cellular telephone, wearable technology such as smart watches and Fitbits, tablet computers, laptop computers, digital cameras, and portable speakers such as AirPods or earbuds or gaming devices. So that was simply first reading tonight. I did want to mention that this will be a big change, in particular for our high school students. Right now, this change will not really have any impact on our current elementary and middle schools because it's the process we already follow with those 2 age groups. We will be making some changes with the expectations for our high school students to make sure we're meeting the requirements of the law. As we work through what that will look like on a day-to-day basis, we plan on getting communication out from our district level at least 2 times between now and the start of school. And then, of course, our building level principals will be working with our high school students at the front of the school year to make sure that everybody understands time and place and what this new law will mean for them on a day-to-day basis, because it will be a big change. And we're really hoping that our parents will work with us to help prepare their children and their high schoolers to make sure that we're ready and understand the impact that this will have, because some of them are very used to having their devices on and using them when they're not really supposed to be, quite frankly. But at any rate, we will get that communication. Yes, yes, all 3. Mr. Mosby is just pointing out, we had a discussion about this earlier, and the policy applies to all of our schools. And the consistency and whatever the regulations that become in place for the high school level will be consistent among all 3 high schools. Okay, so more to come.
Thank you. Item 6C, consider approving partnership with Southwest Indiana Workforce Board Incorporated. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. In your board packet is a request to enter into a partnership commitment between the Southwest Indiana Workforce Board and the Warwick County School Corporation. This agreement will allow the Jobs for America graduates, or also known as JAG, program to implement their services within Boonville High School. Our attorney, Mr. Cliff Whitehead, has reviewed the agreement and provided his consent to enter into this partnership. I recommend the board approve this request as submitted.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Baker, a second by Mr. Franz. Is there any discussion?
I would just like to show appreciation to Mr. Whitehead, who's not here.
Good job, Cliff.
Welcome, Mr.
Thank you.
Lorai. I think
Thank you.
I have failed to introduce you every time you've been here.
That's okay.
I apologize. And Mr. Lorai is here tonight for Mr. Whitehead.
Thank you.
But I brought up, addressed some concerns with this agreement with Mr. Whitehead early weekend. And I just really appreciate how quickly the team addressed it and corrected it.
Thank you. I'll share that too with him.
Thank you.
And I'd like to say, between Mr. Fisher and the superintendent, bringing programs like this to our kids will be outstanding in helping us achieve new goals and levels of success.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, Mrs. Glover.
For point of clarification, we're approving this to happen, right? But there's other people to decide, right? We're not choosing this, or is it a done deal?
We are prepared to move forward once.
Okay, I thought it was something had to happen on the JAG end or something like that, no?
No, it's ready.
Okay.
We're ready to move.
That was my misunderstanding.
No, we're ready to move.
We're on the
Oh,
starting
I think I'll
block.
vote yes.
Ready to
We'll
move.
see what happens.
Yes,
This may be something later that you can get
We're ready to
into.
go.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Yes,
Julie's
that's right.
ready.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6E, consider approving change order, 6D, consider approving change order number 1 for summer renovations. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you. Please find included in your packet, change order number 1 for the 2024 summer renovations project. This change order contains the addition of $26,107 to remove the floor tile and asbestos-containing glue from the lower level gym floor at Castle High School, as well as the structural concrete masonry unit wall bracing revisions per the open art room ceilings. The floor tile came back negative during asbestos testing, but the adhesive was found to have asbestos, creating the necessity to remove the floor rather than laying new floor on top of the old one. The structural steel revisions are necessary to accommodate the open ceiling design for the new art room. I recommend the board approve this change order as presented. That was a mouthful.
So moved.
Yes.
We have a motion by Mr. Mosby, a second by Mrs. Glover. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6E, consider approving change order number 3 for turf project. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. As you know, we have an agreement with Liberty Federal Credit Union to install turf at the Castle High School baseball field, utilizing a donation that they have made to Warwick County School Corporation. $400,000 of the donation was designated to complete the project. Included in your packet is a change order request for the Castle High School, Boonville High School turf project that adds the installation of turf at the Castle High School baseball field. The change order total is $399,999. I recommend the board approve this change order as presented.
I move to approve.
Mrs. Glover made the motion.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Baker. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6F, consider accepting a donation. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you. In your board packet, you will find the following donation request for Yankeetown Elementary School, $2,578.20 from SA Recycling LLC for the Million Can Recycling Contest. We talked about this a few weeks ago. We were super excited to learn that they had won this contest. We thought there was going to be a monetary award, and that's what this donation is this evening. I recommend the board approve the request as presented.
I'll make that
We have a
motion.
motion by Mrs. Metzger to accept the donation and a second by Mr. Franz. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. And it looks like consideration of personnel recommendations. Mr. Armstrong.
Substituting for Mr. Gresham. The Human Resources Office has the following personnel recommendations, considerations of recommendation for employment. Brooklyn Enright, school nurse at Boonville Middle School and Oakdale Elementary School and Tennyson Elementary School. Mindy Martin, mental health coordinator, currently homeschool advisor at Sharon Elementary School. Peyton Ruddinger, program assistant at Castle South Middle School. Alexandria Bays, PK program assistant at WEC. And Tracy Lackey, social emotional behavior assistant at Sharon Elementary School.
Motion to approve support staff positions as stated.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Eigner, a second by Mr. Mosby. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
We have the following leave requests. Anna Jo Bushi, second grade teacher at Sharon Elementary School. Walter Lambert, director of student services. Amber Ringwall, both a maternity leave and unpaid personal leave. It's two of them. First grade teacher at John H. Castle Elementary School. And Sherilyn Pratt, special education teacher at Castle North Middle School.
We have a motion by Mr. Franz,
And I
second by Mrs. Glover. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
We have a report for an early return from a leave. Mark Poston, custodian at Boonville Middle School, is returning early from a previously approved medical leave of absence that began May 29th, 2024, with an anticipated return date of July 11th. The new return date will be June 20th, 2024. I have a report of a correction. Amanda Riggle was reported on June 10th, 2024, board meeting as a program assistant at REC. That should have been recorded as an ABS program assistant at REC. And finally, we have some resignations to report. Michaela Myers, program assistant at Newburgh Elementary School, resignation effective June 17th, 2024. Sarah Crow, custodian at Logue Elementary School, resignation effective June 13th, 2024. Sonia Beesing, custodian at Logue Elementary School, resignation effective June 12th, 2024. Taylor Putnam, job share program assistant at Castle South Middle School, resignation effective June 7th, 2024. Austin Seidel, program assistant at Castle North Middle School, resignation effective June 23rd, 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong. Reports, agenda item number 8, Dr. Redmond.
We do not have any report presentations this evening.
And then moving on to agenda item 9, other board business. Our next personnel meeting will be July 15th at 6 p.m. here at Central Services. And then the construction meeting, we will announce at a later date when we have that secured.
Just a reminder, Policy and Curriculum Committee will meet July 8th, 5:30 here at Central Services.
Any other business before the board? Seeing none, meeting adjourned.